All right, what's up, guys? Last Breath, a true story about seasoned deep sea divers who have to race against time to go back and save their crewmate who's trapped hundreds of feet below the ocean's surface. And this movie is directed by Alex Parkinson, starring Woody Harrelson, Finn Cole, and Simu Liu. Now, this movie is based on the 2019 documentary that came out about this amazing true story. And without a doubt, this has to be one of the most amazing stories in the history of planet Earth. This movie is kind of similar to 127 Hours, all those true stories of human resilience and determination and just the willingness to survive. And in the case with this movie, Last Breath, it's also about the people above surface on the ship, the other divers, his other crewmates, all working together to literally save this human trapped hundreds of feet underwater, pretty much doing the impossible. And I think they really do kind of show you exactly what the captain of the ship was going through, all his little, engineers, his technicians who were all thinking together, rattling off each other, trying to make decisions in real time with just an absurd amount of pressure. I can't even imagine what this captain, was thinking. They're all working together to get this job done, and the movie shows that really well. And it's really just extremely hard to believe that this is a true story just because of how absolutely insane, how powerful it is. This guy trapped hundreds of feet underwater. He doesn't have oxygen for over 30 minutes. There's no light, there's no heat. He's just literally sideways on this platform for over 45 minutes total, but 30 minutes without oxygen until he gets rescued. And this dude fucking survives. Like, if you didn't know this was a true story, you're probably watching this movie like, what the fuck, dude? Like, there's no way he would survive. This is stupid. But it's a true story. And even if you do know that this is a true story, you know that he's obviously going to survive, all of that. But they make it so believable, as in just how hard of a task this was. How hard and difficult of a rescue that this really was. And you know he's going to survive. And you know that they rescue him. But you still feel it. You still want him to survive. Once he does get rescued, he's back into the little pod. You feel so good. All throughout this film, I was feeling anxiety pretty much the entire time. Even just before anything bad happened, when they first left, it's like this little pod ship that they have that goes close to the surface, and then they jump from this little cage down to the ocean surface. And even then, it's just absolute darkness beneath them. And there's really no music. It's just them, the two, Simu Liu and Finn Cole. It's just them, and they take a leap, and it's a vast emptiness of darkness. And you just, oh man, the ocean is one of my worst fears for sure. Not only being trapped at the bottom, but just being trapped in the middle of the ocean, period. It's fucking terrifying. The tension is there the whole time, without a doubt. And the last half of the movie is really just nonstop, just figuring out what to do, the anxiety that everyone's feeling, just the quick decisions that everyone on the ship has to make on their feet. The underwater cinematography also looks amazing. When they are underwater, it's pitch black, obviously, so they utilize, the use of flares, the red lights that you get from underwater flares. And there's a lot of really good shots of just like above, like a bird's eye view almost, of them on the surface. And one half of the shot is the red light and, the person. And then the other half of the shot is just pitch black, just emptiness. And just the contrast and just everything, that the look of it down there is really just amazing. We have Woody Harrelson in this movie, of course, playing Duncan Allock. And he's, just Woody Harrelson. He's pretty much likable in every movie that I've ever seen him in. He's making jokes. A lot of them are like bad dad jokes. But there's times when he needs to be serious, when he needs to feel this emotion, and he does it. He's a great actor. And then we have Simu Liu, who I like. I do like him as an actor. I liked him in Shang-Chi. But he plays David Yuasa, the other deep sea diver who goes down with Chris. And just from the very beginning, he's a prick. He's a fucking dickhead. He's kind of off-putting, kind of acting like he's the superior in this, And we just don't really get to know why he's such a prick. Like, I'm not sure it necessarily matters in a, true story like this. We get one glimpse at the end of him. He looks at, picture of his children, and after everything happens. And so he's kind of obviously holding something, but I do just feel like Simu Liu's character was just kind of one-noted, just a little bit. Then we have Finn Cole, who plays Chris Lemons in this, and I really liked him as well. We get scenes in the beginning of him and his wife. He's going to be gone for supposed to be 28 days, and they're going to get married. He's just a really likable, good person. And it really just makes it super easy to root for this guy. You know, you want him to live. You want him to go back to his wife and build this house or whatever they were going to do. You know, you feel that. But yeah, I mean, this movie is an hour and a half. It's short and sweet. You know, it gets right to the point. It doesn't really try to waste any time. We're here to see this true story about this man who survives, trapped hundreds of feet underwater without oxygen, and it does its job. It does what it needs to do. It doesn't do anything fancy. And I honestly was never really bored. You're kind of on the edge of your seat in this last act of the movie when they do the rescue, and you're just filled with anxiety. You're kind of scared because of how terrifying this whole situation is. And you're also just rooting for this guy, like I said, man. He survives, but just watching how hard it was, they really sell you on it, and I think this movie did a very good job. Of course, like in every biopic, once the movie ends, they give you a few facts about, how he survived, what he did after. This dude went back to the same spot to fix this pipe hundreds of feet underwater 3 weeks after this happened. It's just incredible. And they also say that doctors to this day have no idea how this dude survived. There's theories that because of how deep underwater he was, because of the pressure, mixed with the cold, mixed with they think that might have preserved some sort of oxygen in his brain because it was so cold and the pressure elements. But it baffles doctors. They don't have a definite answer of why this dude survived. It's absolutely crazy, and I definitely recommend that you go watch this movie. Like I said, it's an hour and a half. It's an easy watch, but it'll be worth it. So yeah, those are just my thoughts, guys. I appreciate you watching. I'm gonna give this movie a solid 8 out of 10. But as always, my name is Zach. Like, subscribe, comment, do whatever you want, and I will see you on the next one.